Alrighty, welcome on into another Final Fantasy XIV crafting roll quest video. This time we're working on our epistles. I'm testing something out, so I'll bring up my character. I'll show you. So I accidentally got my weaver, my weaver, which is the epistles, up to 100, working on stuff. And so if you check, my weaver is 100, my leatherworker is 94, and my carpenter is 96. So I'm gonna look at this two ways. When I do, I'm gonna see if we can. I'll show you what it'll look like the turn-in with weaver, and then I'll try it on carpenter. If it doesn't work, we'll just go back to weaver for the turn-in. So. But here we go. Let's talk to Pamika. Chaosfire, just the person I wanted to see. Our journey to Worl's Echo gave us countless insights, don't you think? Into my own family history, the Dawn servants wish for this nation and the myriad ways by which our diverse people tell their stories. I feel readier than ever to transcribe more tales for Zemawini. Yeah, that crazy dude. I mean, hey, Zemawini, good to see ya. Well, you two look happier than a pair of raw ink in the sun. Has something happened? Zemawini, impeccable timing. I'm back from my journey of ancestral discovery and bring with me a freshly penned tome of family tales. Might I persuade you to read it? Be my honor. No better way to put my reading skills to use. I'd also like to make improvements upon my own writing, so I suspect it will be some time before I can pen anything you like. Speaking of, a Mamulja customer came in the other day and entertained us with some wonderful stories. Perhaps we can compile them in a book. Of course, we'll begin our preparations straight away. To cover our Mamulja tome, we ought to include materials from Yoctel. In the meantime, I'll clean my pens and ready our parchment. You got it. So, this is where I said we're going to test it out. Okay, so seeing that I'm 96 and you can see up above her head that it's red, it means that unless you're 98 or higher, you can't do the turn-ins. So if you're going to try and test, I ran the test for you. Make sure you're 98 or higher. So we'll only be able to see this from the weaver point of view. But if you do have your crafter up to 100, as you notice, it doesn't change anything. So you're still just going to get purple scripts out of it. And a buttload of experience that goes nowhere, unfortunately. I can't carry any more scripts. What detail you've achieved in your craftsmanship. Forgive me for saying so, but your treatment of these Yoctel materials is most impressive I've seen thus far. Bravo! This tale was told to me by Mamulja of the Tural clan. Blah 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 blah. Oh, the Tural have long been known for their skills as mounted warriors, but their mounts were not only meant for warfare. This is an age-old story passed down through the generations and generations. There once lived a Tural youth bound by the creed of his people, to seek a land blessed by sunlight. This elusive paradise they searched endlessly, fought endlessly. Compared to his warrior friends, however, the youth was ill-suited for battle. He and his weaver were entrusted not with weapon, but with a cart to which to deliver parcels. What would that I could ride a winged mount, the youth thought. On that, he could breach the thick canopy of the forest and gaze on the splendors of the sun. Day after day he wandered the forest, hoping to tame a flying beast of his own. Yet his frail physique proved a burden, and again he was thrown from the spirited creatures until his comrades laughed to see his fruitless dogged attempts. Yet the youth was determined. After countless failures, he gained mastery over a beast known as Relmuzalza. A Finitros, I think is what they're called. At least that's what they were. That's what they are on the in the past. He became the first of his people to sit astride a winged creature. Right away, the youth went to his aging parents and taught them how he had achieved his feat. Then leapt upon Relmuzazal, took to the skies, and higher, he flew towards the canopy, and finally he disappeared. He never returned home again, and said he found the light, the land of sunshine his people searched for. The techniques he left would be learned by all Dobro, and to this day it is not uncommon to see riders upon winged mounts, basking in the sunlight upon the winds. You know, I was expecting fancier books, but what I'm learning azure hue, like the depths of the sea, untouched by sunlight, or by the deep blue sky that the Dobro youth yearned for, complicated and beautiful color. What sort of impression do you get from the story, Caspar? Glad the youth's valiant efforts paid off. Wonder if he found what he was looking for. Given the volatile setting of wartime, he might have been struck down by an enemy or simply lost among the trees. That's hardly the ending I'd like to imagine. I'd like to think he landed out here, at Tural. You may never be able to return to the past and to discover the truth for ourselves, but we can carry our feelings about them into a future they help create. Writing a book of tales does just that, I think. It entrusts our hopes and feelings to those who follow after. In other words, if no one carries on these hopes and feelings, they might be lost forever. The stories that I've told and you've penned there, they are each filled with the history and aspirations of their respective peoples. My people have no such written record. Our oral traditions is utterly unknown to those outside our community. Were we to vanish one day, we would leave not a trace of our existence behind. Our stories would disappear. Why do you look so sad, dude? It's Emily. Pardon me, my shift starts soon, so I should be off. Thank you for the lovely book. I believe that level 100 quest is going to be helping Zamaweni create a story level. Binding Authority. Oh, Chaos Fire. Zamaweni seemed trouble after our last session, didn't he? He hasn't said a word about his next commission. I fear he may have given up on our bookmaking endeavor. First, he seemed so excited about sharing the stories he heard at Zabrav Te. I wonder how his reflections there differ from our transcription sessions. Care to walk with me, Caspar? I think I would like to see Zemowini's performance for myself. Yeah, let's go check him out. Very good. To Zabrav Te with us. I'll take the shortcut. You walk the long way. Here? Oh, gotta go upstairs. Nope, not on the roof. Oh, there you are, Zemowini. Mecca, Chaos Fire. Here for a drink, perhaps? While that does sound splendid, we were actually hoping to hear one of your famous recitations. That I'm afraid your timing is rather unfortunate. We usually wait until our seats have been filled before having a tell, so not for some time yet. Oh, that's a shame. Then what about your next commission? As soon as we know what sort of tales you plan to tell, Chaosfire can begin assembling the necessary materials for the next tome binding. About that, if you have no further tales you wish to share, far be it for me to insist. Don't worry, there's plenty to tell. The thing is, when I learned of your discoveries, I decided I wanted our next story to be something from my home. Our tales are completely unknown to outsiders. Should our oral traditions ever reach its end, our hopes and history would vanish with it, which is why I would preserve what I can with the written record. Sounds like a wonderful idea, and yet you still seem conflicted. My people neither read nor write. Would creating a written book of their stories be understanding and honoring their legacy? When you put it that way, how might we properly convey the stories of people unassociated with the written word? Draw pretty pictures. Take a page from your great grandfather's book, Pemika. Take a page, we shall say. I only just finished illustrating a book from the Yokoi. I don't need to know our written alphabet to read a story from illustrations. But we needn't stop there. What if we incorporated other materials in the book as well? Bird feathers and flowers. Things that hearken to the setting and appeal to all the senses. We'd need to devise a way to preserve the materials we choose. Once we do, our readers would be able to immerse themselves in the story without a reliance on the written word. A book that appeals to all the senses. I think that might work. I happen to have a few things you can use for a cover, and I can fetch more if you give me a moment. Sure thing, weirdo. Then let us reconvene back at my stall. Once you have the components for our cover, deliver them to me, and we'll heal Zemawini's tale. See, the Epistles storyline, I've been kind of 50-50 on it. Like, I like the fact that I do believe that you should be writing down all, the tells and stuff like that, or else they get lost, or they're changed after many retellings. My grandmother used to be like that. She would tell the stories, and she would tell them so many times that sometimes they would change a little bit here, or change a little bit there, and then, so you never know, like with this kind of thing. But I honestly believe that, yes, stories should be written down, and we should be, especially like somewhere where you go, like, where you're going to, like, the bar. It's the only way to call it. And they're telling tales there. And so, while you're there at the bar, you're hearing stories as they come through and stuff, so. No chance of finishing this one. Nope, adding new components. Yeah, I know. I just, for some reason, didn't hit the craft. I don't know why. Am I wearing... Yeah. I should have hit it, no problem. Let's give it another shot. Usually I'm dealing with HQ items, and so I can push it percentage higher. It's all RNG on like how much your HQ percentage also increases each time. So like you could have one that goes up 3% and then all of a sudden 7% or 20% or yeah, so we bumped 74% on this time. I think I could bump that higher. It didn't do it again. Like I said, unless you get it set to 100%, this is all 100% RNG. Let's go again. He has plenty of extras. So, you've seen me fail 3 times at the craft. Let's hope we get it this time. Like, I have a macro for doing level 100 crafts. My gearing and mainly my CP's not high enough to get it, but I could hit it 100% on the quality. It was always my progress I was always off. But I might be able to do it. But I mean, we hit 100% this time, so we're guaranteed this one. Ah, my nose. Itchies. We were shorted 25 progress. Finally. This time, we need a finding blah blah blah. I'm speechless, Chaos Fire. This will make our finest cover yet. Of that I have no doubt. Now let us hear Zemawini's story. Yeah, Zemawini, tell us a bedtime story. Wah, 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 wah. Amazing tome you've made. Careful script and illustration, pieces of natural world as they feature my story. Reading this will be an unforgettable experience for anyone. Can't wait to take this home and show my family. Sure, they'll be proud to see our stories reflected in such art. You should perform it for all to enjoy. Can I come and hear you read it at FFXIV? Of course, that was my intention from the very start. I feel more confident than ever in my letters, so I plan to read aloud from this gorgeous tome, as opposed to reciting a memorization. In fact, I'd say our afternoon regulars will be flooding into FFXIV soon enough. If you like, I can save a table for you. That would be splendid, Zemawini. We'll be right behind you. Now we gotta go listen to Zemawini story. Keep running on this poor guy's roof. Good thing Brook Evu likes me. Hey, has anyone seen a weenie? This is where we wait. Oh, there seems to be a lot of people that come upstairs, too. Can you hear that? People are telling all sorts of tales around us. A haven for storytellers indeed. Yeah, this place is pretty cool. No wonder we... Oh, hi, Weenie! I mean, Zemma Weenie. Many here are regulars, but everyone is welcome. But everyone is welcoming of fresh faces. Just so long as you're hungry for new stories. Hey lad, tell us a story, would you? A new one if you've got it. Right away. I've got just the thing for you, and I think you'll all enjoy it. Ahem. Tonight, I would like to share something personal with you all. Some of you know that I come from a tradition of oral storytelling. My people rely not upon the written word. However, should our voices no longer echo in future generations, I fear our very history runs the risk of extinction. Thus did I commission the scrivener Pamika and traveling artist in Chaos Fire with the creation of a book. This is the story of my people. May it warm your heart like the sun upon the plains. 1,000 dawns ago, in the eastern reaches of Tural, our ancestors lived upon a bountiful land. The soil was rich and winds carried with its seed weeds that flourished into healthy crops. But one summer, a great serpent of cloud coiled above our lands. Beneath its swollen body fell the rain, so endless that it drowned our crops and threatened to starve our people. We must call for the sun, someone cried. So our people lifted their prayers to the sky that they might summon the mighty light. But the serpent heard their voices with anger, lashing out with its tails, driving an even greater deluge down upon them. With their fields turned to rivers, our people departed in search of the sun. Day after day they walked and walked, bearing their hunger and thirst upon until they could no longer. It was then that they came upon a solitary cactus. Chasers of the sun, take me with you. I too seek brighter lands. For your hunger and thirst I offer my fruit. In return, sow my seeds upon your path, and partake of what they yield. Our people sowed the seeds, and from them grew more and more cacti, even bearing fruit that gifted them strength. For 1,000 nights they pressed onward westward, planting the cacti and partaking of their fruit. Finally they reached a wide land of sunlight. Cacti grew strong and plentiful beneath the golden rays and spoke to our people once more. You have our gratitude, children of men. This is the land we have long dreamed of. Today we revel in the radiant paradise. Tomorrow we shall give up our voices and live to nourish your progeny forevermore. So it was that the cacti spoke the tongue of man no more. Yet our people would continue to care for them and honor them as irreplaceable companions. It was there alongside the bright sun and thriving cacti that our people founded a village and lived in peace and comfort for 1,000 tomorrows to come. Our native tongue, Tonawata, means sun chaser, but there is no one reason as to why our people are so named. The story you just heard is but one explanation, a tale passed down through generations of my village. But ask another Tonawata and you will hear another story. I am not here to insist that ours is the definitive tale, but rather to say, in a small corner of this vast continent, there exists a people who believe it to be true. It is my hope that our stories are remembered by many and our words carried forward into the future. Thank you. What did you think? That's how we usually do our recitations. Whoever has a story to tell stands up there and regales the room. I caught Pamika on her way out. Seems she can't leave her stall unattended for long. I assume she's waiting for you there. Good. Freaking weenie. Can't say his name, so he's now Weenie. I think it's Zemma Weenie, but Weenie sounds more fun. And Pamika. Zemma Weenie's storytelling prowess is awe-inspiring, isn't it? He set the scene without flaw. I truly felt as though I was journeying along with those cacti. Words are so peculiar, aren't they? When spoken from the soul, they can convey meaning that extends far beyond their written worth. My experiences with you and Zemma Weenie has opened my eyes to the true duty of a scrivener. What in the hell is a scrivener? Like a writer? We are gonna Google this because it's come up twice now. Scrivener. What does a scrivener do? Writing or copying written material. Scriveners were people who made their living by writing or copying written material. This usually indicates secretarial or administrative duties such as dictation and keeping business, digital and historical records for kings, nobles, temples, and cities. Oh, okay. Kind of what I thought. Scribe. You know, it's got different names. It's just Scrivener is the one they use because they keep using freaking big words on me. Going forward, I hope to capture what I hear with more sensitivity and deeper understandings. It's not a matter of simply writing down words. It's about preserving the spirit with which they are spoken, just like we did with our books. My abilities have their limits, however, so for the tales I cannot bind alone, I hope I can count on you, Chaosfire. I wanted that one. You're a connoisseur of covers. Always the job I wanted. I wonder what the title for this one is. Of countless crafts. Alright, so that's another one of a completion of our another role quest, our crafting role quests. Thank you for our, like I always say, thank you for coming along and enjoying my content that I put out. And don't forget to do the YouTubes, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing. And we'll see you next time.